he is, a fantastic player. I had this debate the other day with one of my mates, Busquets or Rodri. There's not much in it anymore. I think Rodri is the modern day Busquets in terms of stature, very strong on the ball, but there's no doubt about it. His passing range, his intelligence on the football pitch, even for Man City, he started chipping in with some really, really important goals. But when you think about this performance that Spain put in, obviously he probably is the catalyst in everything they do.
Is he the best player in the tournament?
No.
Who?
Well, Messi should have got the player of the tournament. Without that, he's 39 years old. What's he done there? He's got 8 goals, 12 contributions, 26 key passes, 25 chances created. He was the reason why Argentina got to where they got to. I can't believe that Messi didn't get it. I think it's a travesty, to be perfectly honest.
Do you not feel that people would think it was being given to Messi because he is Messi?
No, because of what he's been doing. Without Messi, they're not even... Are they getting to the final without Messi?
Yeah, but they're getting to the final without Rodri.
Well, there's a better chance. There's a better chance that Spain could. Whereas there's no chance that Argentina getting there. I think his goals, his assists, his output, what he was doing, he was lighting up the World Cup. I think we need to take that into consideration. He's lighting up the World Cup at 39 years old. And it's not like it's even a debate. He was arguably one of the best players in everyone's mind. In my mind, he was the best.
I think there's a case for Rodri. I think you can argue the case for Rodri as well.
I'm not saying it's for me, I'm looking at this from... When you think about players of the tournaments, normally it's the player that scores the most goals. Normally, it's the player that wins it that's going to get, the best player in that team that's going to get it as well. And you're going to say, well, that's Rodri then.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, Rodri didn't score no goals. He didn't get no assists. So you're giving him player of the tournament based upon him controlling the tempo of games. I just feel like you've got to give it to the goal scorers. You've got to give it to the players that have that X factor, that's carried their team. Because even though Rodri was the catalyst in the way they play, he didn't carry them to win games in terms of he didn't turn up and make the difference. He wasn't the X factor. He was just a main contributor.
But you say he controlled the way they played, right? He set the tempo for the way they played. And that Spain team, their possession outnumbered any team that they played and changed the way opposition played against Spain, like Argentina did last night. They decided we're not going to be able to beat them. We're just going to have to try and get to penalties, just hold out, because we're not going to get the ball. And if he is controlling the tempo of the team that wins the World Cup...
OK, but then at the Euros, Zubimendi came in there as well and done a great job. That's why he got his move to Arsenal as well. So I'm not saying that Rodri, shouldn't be considered. He should. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at X Factor. I'm looking at who entertained... OK, you're watching this World Cup. If they don't win, are you even going to... Are you going to mention Rodri about player of the tournament if they don't win? But if they didn't...
But they did.
If they didn't get to the final, would you mention him? Yeah, but that's the thing. You're still going to mention Messi, whether they get to the final or not.
Bueno, como ha dicho Ladis, estamos aquí para hablar del Mundial, todo lo que compete a mi futuro, esperaré al final del Mundial. Bueno, intento no darle mucha importancia, sé que forma parte de a lo que me dedico, sobre todo pues cuando un jugador llega a ese tiempo en el final del contrato, es normal que suenen los nombres, pero bueno, yo estoy muy tranquilo, tengo las ideas claras y ya te digo que quizás si no hubiese habido un Mundial, pues ahora estaría en otra dinámica, con un Mundial por delante, mi responsabilidad es centrarme.
Real Madrid are preparing to test Manchester City's resolve over Rodri, and this could become one of the most explosive transfer stories of the summer. The timing could not be more dramatic. Rodri has just captained Spain to their second World Cup title, controlling the final as La Roja defeated Argentina 1-0 after extra time. Ferran Torres scored the winner, but Rodri was the player who dictated the rhythm, protected the defence, and gave Spain control when the pressure was at its highest. His performances earned him the World Cup Golden Ball, confirming his status as one of the game's most complete midfielders. Spain conceded only once in 8 matches, and Rodri's intelligence in front of the backline was central to that remarkable defensive record. Now attention has turned to his club future. Reports in Spain claim Real Madrid are considering a summer move, with José Mourinho looking for an experienced midfielder capable of controlling major matches. Rodri appears to fit that profile perfectly. Tactically disciplined, calm under pressure, strong without the ball, and capable of setting the tempo from the first minute to the last. Mourinho was officially appointed Real Madrid head coach on a 3-year contract in June. The most important question, however, is what Rodri himself wants. Earlier this year, the Manchester City midfielder left the door open to a return to Spain. He admitted that playing in La Liga again and returning to Madrid would appeal to him. He also made clear that, with his City contract entering its final year, discussions over his future would eventually have to take place. That does not mean a deal is agreed. It does not even confirm that Rodri has formally asked to leave. Claims that he specifically wants to join Real Madrid remain reports rather than an official statement from the player, Manchester City, or the Spanish club. But the contract situation creates real pressure. Rodri's current agreement expires in June 2027. If City cannot convince him to sign an extension, this summer may represent their last opportunity to demand an enormous transfer fee. Waiting another year could allow one of their most valuable players to leave for nothing. At the same time, City are not powerless. Rodri is a newly crowned world champion, the World Cup's best player and one of the most influential midfielders in European football. Manchester City can demand a premium price, and Real Madrid would need to present an offer strong enough to make the Premier League club even consider negotiations. For Mourinho, Rodri could be the ideal midfield leader. He understands elite-level pressure, knows Spanish football, and has already proved he can dominate the biggest matches. Real Madrid have talented midfield options, but few players offer Rodri's combination of control, defensive positioning, and authority. There is also an emotional element. Rodri was born in Madrid and previously represented Atletico Madrid before joining City in 2019. A move to Atletico's biggest rival would create controversy, but Rodri has already suggested that his past would not automatically close that door. From City's perspective, losing him would be far more than a normal transfer. Rodri has been the balance point of their midfield for years. His positioning allows attacking players to take risks, while his passing gives the team control. Replacing those qualities would be difficult, regardless of the fee received. That is why the next conversation between Rodri and Manchester City could decide everything. City may offer him a major new contract and attempt to build their next era around him. Rodri may choose to remain at the Etihad and continue as the leader of the midfield. But if he communicates a clear desire to return to Spain, Real Madrid could believe this is the perfect moment to make their move. The World Cup has not made the transfer easier. It has made Rodri more expensive, more powerful in negotiations, and more attractive to Madrid. So the situation is simple, but the outcome is not. Real Madrid reportedly want Rodri. Mourinho appears to see him as a priority. The player has previously admitted that a return to Madrid appeals to him. Yet Manchester City still hold his contract and have every reason to fight to keep him. Is this merely post-World Cup transfer noise? Or are we watching the beginning of a deal that could reshape both clubs' midfields? For now, there is no official agreement, only growing interest, a contract running down, and one of world football's biggest decisions waiting to be made.